Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to today's math lesson. Before we begin, I'd like you to make sure that you have your math textbook, your math mat, okay, with the part whole, some counting cubes or counters, and a pencil and an eraser. And you might want maybe a whiteboard or a piece of paper if you want to do some figuring things out while we work along on this, okay? All right, so let's get started. So we are on chapter 2, lesson 13, and we're going to relate addition and subtraction. So before we get started, let's think, what does relate mean, or what does it sound like to you? Tell an adult who may be related. Okay, yes. So related, it means in some way there's something that connects you, okay? So we are going to talk about related facts, all right? That's one of the things that we're going to talk about. So I'd like you to take a look at these two facts. 2 plus 3 equals 5. 5 minus 3 equals 2. And I want you to look at these carefully and see if you notice anything, and then tell the adult or just say it out loud about what you notice about these two math sentences. Let's look. Have you noticed something so far? Did you tell someone? Well, I noticed that in both math sentences, there's the number 2. Did you see that? Yeah. I noticed that in both math sentences, there's a number 3. And I also noticed that in both math sentences, there is a number 5. So that's why they're related. Both math sentences have the same numbers. Now, they may be in different order, okay, but they are related. And I like to say there's no strangers in the house. Okay, so that's what we're going to do today. All right, and our essential question for chapter 2, how do you subtract numbers? Okay, so problem of the day. This is where your whiteboard could come in handy, where you could draw a diagram to solve this. All right, but listen to the whole thing first. Marcus buys 5 baseball cards each week. How many weeks will Marcus buy? How many cards will Marcus buy in 2 weeks? Okay, so let's see. All right, so the first week he bought 5. Oh, here we go. It's going to make it blue on me again. Let's try this. All right. Okay. So the first week he buys 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's week 1. And then the second week he buys 5 more, because he buys 5 each week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many cards will Marcus buy in 2 weeks? Well, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now and it's 10. Something else I'd like you to consider, that since you already put 5 in each row and 5 in this row, how could we count that without having to count them one at a time? That's right, counting by 5s, yes. Okay, so that's a good skill for you to practice every once in a while, okay? And count up to, start maybe with counting just up to 25, but practice counting by 5. So 5, 10, answer doesn't change. Okay, so there were, here we go, 10 cards. Okay, so let's do a little investigation. How can addition help with subtraction? What do you think? Well, the one thing I noticed about those two math sentences that I showed you earlier was that if the first one, let's look back at it, said 2 plus 3 equals 5, and then this one was 5 minus 3, and if I didn't know the answer in my head or it wasn't written here, I would know that it would be 2 because the 3 and the 5 are already being used in my math sentence. So that's one way. So it can help me figure out my answer. Okay? So that's certainly one way it can help us. All right, let's try this investigation. Armando has 5 grapes. Savannah has 3 grapes. How many grapes do Savannah and Armando have in all? And then they would like us to write a related subtraction fact. Okay, so I always like to do counters, okay, because I think it helps us. So let's see. I'm going to give Armando 5 red grapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to put 3 green grapes on Savannah's plate. 1, 2, 3. So now they want to know how many grapes do they have in all. Okay, so remember, in all means that they're adding things together. So here they've already written the addition number sentence for us, but I am going to count all of the grapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, so there are in total 8 grapes. Okay. So now we know our 3 numbers are 5, 3, and 8. They would like us to write a related subtraction fact. So I know I'm going to use all 3 of these numbers. One of the things I do remember about subtraction, and this is very important, is that a subtraction sentence will always begin with the largest number. So the largest number here is 8. And I can choose which number to subtract. So I'm going to subtract the number 5. And I don't even have to count to check what 5 taken away from 8 equals, because I know it's 3, because those 3 numbers made up the related addition number sentence. Now, I also know that there could be another subtraction number sentence. So I'm going to show it up here because you may have done it yourself. There's an 8. I'm going to subtract. This time, instead of subtracting 5, I'm going to subtract 3. And then what's left? 5. Okay? My subtraction number sentences will always begin with the number 8 for this family. Okay? Good job. Let's move on. All right. And they show 8 minus 3 equals 5, but you can also use the 5 first. Okay? That's our choice. They did not tell us we had to do one or the other. Okay. All right, let's go down to, now this is where you can open up your math book, all right? And you can turn, let me look for the page so it's easy for you to find it, page 185, all right? And there you see a bird bath, all right? Now, you will need for this your work mat 3 and your 2 color counters. Okay, yellow, red ones, or I think it's purple, blue. Okay, so first, remember that with the addition and subtraction number sentences, you should always look at the parts, especially when they have them written on a paper for you, to make sure you are using the correct one, okay? So as you know, addition has what symbol in it? That's right, the plus sign. And subtraction has what symbol in front of it, or in it, I'm sorry. That's right, minus. They both have the equal, but this is where you have to be really careful when you write your sentences into, okay, boxes. You have to make sure you're putting the correct numbers in the correct number sentence form, okay? All right, so, and remember, we put parts together like this. I can get the numeric for addition, and we take them apart for subtraction. Okay. All right. So let's read what it says here. They wanted to know, they said that there are 3 birds in the bird bath and 2 more birds join them. Okay. So what I'd like you to do is take your counters. There are 3 birds in the bird bath. They're already in the bird bath, splashing around, having a good old time, because they're enjoying this warm weather too. Now 3 more join them, and they're taking their time, so they're going to sit on the ledge of the bird bath and wait for an invite to go in. Okay, they wanted to know now how many birds are on the bird bath together, okay? So we need to find out how many in all there are. So, does it matter? Well, according to the math story, it does say that, whoops, and I did it wrong. I don't have enough. I have too many here, sorry. Okay, so there are 3 birds in the bird bath and 2, oh my goodness, Mrs. Karras, look at the mess I made. All right, so let's try this again, boys and girls. I apologize. There were 3 birds in the bird bath. I know somebody somewhere said, she put too many out there. You're right, I did. And 2 birds joined them. Okay, here we go. This is what would happen in class too, boys and girls, when we were doing it. Okay, my helpers would call out and let me know that I needed to fix something, and I appreciate that. Okay, so for the math story, before we figure out how many birds are at the bird bath together, we have to look here and decide which one are we doing first. That's right, addition. So I am going to write that the 3, okay, is here. All right, and then 2 more flew to the bird bath. How many birds are at the bird bath together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very good. Okay, so there's 5 birds in the bird bath. Now, they would like us, okay, they want us to show a subtraction number sentence that is related to this story. So, subtraction number sentences, tell the adult helper, which number would you begin with? That's right, the 5. Very good. Now, because we're talking about a related one, you get to choose which number you're going to put to next, all right? But what 2 numbers can you put? Only the 3 or the 2. Very good. Okay, so let's put the 3, because the 3 birds, they got out. They're going to dry their feathers and clean themselves up. So how many birds does that leave at the bird bath? It leaves 2. Okay? All right. Good job. All right. And there they show it for us. Okay? Okay. Now, here is our see and show. Related facts use the same numbers. These facts can help you add and subtract. So that's true. If you know any of the facts in a related fact family, you can always figure out the others. So here's a helpful hint. It says that 5 plus 2 equals 7. Use that fact to help find. 7 minus 5 equals 2. If you know this fact, you will know that fact right there. Okay, so here you go. Now, they showed 5 plus 2 equals 7. And just like we were doing earlier, they showed us the 2 related subtraction number sentences. Okay? So right here it says you can use, and here you can put 5 plus 2 equals 7. And if you need to pause this to write it down, do that and come back. You can use 5 plus 2 equals 7 to find 7 minus 2 equals 5. They are opposite, or here's like a fourth grade term, inverse operation, okay? But don't worry about it. As long as you know that it's the fact family, you will be fine, okay? That's something they just like to tell us, all right? You're not going to be quizzed on that, but it's an inverse, opposite, or inverse operation. Okay. Now, pause and get your math mat out and your counters, okay? All right. Ready? Here's what they want us to do in this See and Show. They would like us to use the work mat, which is right here, and the counters to find a related subtraction fact. All right, so here's the addition fact. Now, with the addition fact, we always start with the parts, right? Because remember, when you put two parts together, you get the whole. All right, so with your pencil, we can just go from this. We can just take the first part and the second part. 3 plus 6 equals 9. Okay? There you go, right there. Okay? It's simple. You're just taking those parts. Remember, the two parts equal the whole for the sum. Okay? Now, and don't worry if you're not getting this at first, okay? This is new, and we're going to go over this again. So this is the first time we're doing this. I love doing this. I think of it as a game where you can kind of take pieces and put them in spots. So I really hope I'm able to show you how much fun this can be. Okay, now with subtraction, say it out loud. Which number do we always begin a subtraction number sentence with? Did you say the largest one? That's right. So which number do we begin with? The 9. Yep, the whole. In a subtraction number sentence, you begin with the whole. All right. Now, since this is the first part, let's just put 3 in here. 9 minus 3. Okay. What is 9 minus 3? You can look right up here at your mat. Well, it's 9 minus 3. What did I not put a line through? That's right, the 6. That's the answer right there. Okay? Let's see what they showed us. There you go. Look at that. Okay. Now, identify an addition fact. That means they want us to look at this and find one. And then use the mat, all right, if you need to find a related subtraction fact. And then write both facts. Okay, so why don't you pause and print your addition number sentence, come back and check it, all right, and then we'll talk about what to do next. So pause now and just do the addition number sentence. Okay, did you figure it out? Well, here, let me show you the addition number sentence, just going by the numbers that are up here, the two parts. I'm just going to put them the way they are on the mat. 2 plus 4 equals 6. All right. So that is your first one. Now, to do a subtraction number sentence, okay? All right. Remember which number you should always begin a subtraction number sentence with, okay? And then pause it and complete the subtraction number sentence and come back and check. Okay, you ready? Here we go. The largest number is 6. And this time we can take 4. And then it equals 2. Now, if you happen to do 6 minus 2 equals 4, you're correct there as well. Because remember, there's 2 subtraction number sentences. Okay, so either one, you could have written this one instead. All right, 6 minus 2. And as we know, Mrs. Karras is not good with the mouse for writing. Okay, 6 minus 2 equals 4. You only needed to do one. But if you have this one, you're correct. If you chose to write this one, you are correct. All right? Good job. Okay. And there they showed it. How can addition facts help you to subtract? Let's think about that. Well, we said they're opposites, right? So if you know all the numbers for an addition fact, it's going to help you with subtraction. Because addition and subtraction are opposites. You just have to make sure you use the same numbers correctly, right? You have to make sure that the largest number, the whole, begins your subtraction number sentence. Okay. We'll keep going over that. Good listening. All right, so boys and girls, what I would like you to do now for on my own, all right, you are going to, now if you, because they don't have a mat for you to do, all right, you could take your counters, all right, on the part whole and use them to show what this math sentence looks like on the mat. And then since they gave you the addition number sentence, now you are going to write 2 subtraction number sentences. Now, here's something that I want to tell you that if you didn't notice, whenever I showed you a subtraction number sentence, okay, they always began with the same number, okay? So here's something to get you started for number 3. For this subtraction number sentence, both sentences, they will both begin with the number 9, okay? They are both going to begin with that number, all right? So I've already given you a hint. Now you finish the rest of this and then do number 4 and come back and check your answers, okay? Pause now. Okay, so see here, they both began with 9. On this one, they subtracted the 5 first, and the difference is 4. On the second one, they chose to subtract the 4, and the difference is 5. So see how they just switched these? But the 9 was always first. Now for 8 plus 1 equals 9, again, starts with 9, and then they took turns subtracting and having the difference show, okay? Now, same thing, pause it and come back and check your answers. Pause now and solve. Okay, there you go. Remember, you start with the largest number in the family. And same thing here. I say they're family because they're related, right? You're related. You're related to your mom, your dad, right? Brothers and sisters. Okay. And here's your answer for number 6. Check it. Pause if you need to, or if you need to correct it. Okay, if you're done with the others, you can go on to 7 and 8. Again, do the 2 subtraction related facts. Pause now. Here you go. Check your answers. If you're not done yet, finish first and then check these. Okay, now we've reached start problem solving, all right? And it's problem solving is using a math story that will help us use the skills that we're practicing today and do that, okay? We've learned new skills and now we're gonna practice. Write a subtraction number sentence, then write a related addition fact. Well, now this is different because usually it was the other way around. So let's see what they have to say. There are 8 lizards. 6 of the lizards ran away. How many lizards are left? Okay, so there were 8. How many of them ran away? Oh, I heard somebody call out 6. Okay. Now, some of you, and this is perfectly okay, I would rather you do this than just guess. We're going to show that there's 8 lizards. So I am going to use my little drawing here, and I'm going to draw 8 circles. Oops, I was doing so well until I did that one. All right, I'm doing the best I can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 8. 7, 8. Okay. Now, they said that 6 of them ran away. So I'm going to X them out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many lizards are left? 1, 2. All right. Now they would like us to make a related addition fact. Okay. So, what numbers? Remember, you're taking the 2 parts and making it whole. All right. So yes, this is where we start with the 2 smaller numbers. Now it doesn't matter which 2. All right. I'm just going to start from the side, from where the difference is, which is the number 2. Then I'm going to add the number 6. And because they're related, all right, and I know I have to use all these numbers, I don't even have to count. And I'm going to put an 8 right here. All right, so 2 plus 6 equals 8. Let's check. All right, and remember, if you did 6 plus 2 equals 8, that's fine. If you did 2 plus 6 equals 8, that's fine. They didn't tell us which add-in to begin with, so you're fine. Either one is correct. As long as your sum is the number 8, you're fine. Okay. Now, write a related number sentence, then write a subtraction number sentence, then write a related addition fact. Chad saw 7 birds. Okay. Audrey saw 4 birds. How many more birds did Chad see? Okay, so he saw 7. 1, 2, 3. You can use your counters. You don't even have to draw. 4, 5. Oops. 6. Droopy bird. 7. Okay. She saw 4 birds. All right, so I'm going to take away the 4 because that's what she saw. How many more birds did he see? All right, so he saw 7, right? Because that's how many he saw altogether. She saw 4. How many more birds did Chad see? 1, 2, 3. He saw 3 more birds. Okay. Now, they want a related addition fact. So, related, we're going to use the number 4 and the 3. And because it's related, we know the sum is 7. Okay? So if you're not done with this, pause and come and check after you're finished. Okay, 7 minus 4 equals, he saw 3 more birds, and then here is a related addition number sentence. Okay, here we go. 5, this is our right math problem solving. 5 plus 4 equals 9, and 9 minus 3 equals 6. Are these related? Explain why or why not. Well, let's see. What do you think? Are they related? No. Okay. I agree. They're not related. So, no. You can just put no. Why are they not related? Well, let's look. They both have a 9. You're right. Right. The two, they do not do, I can't type today. They do not have they do not have the same 3 numbers. Nope. Okay, they do not have the same 3 numbers, right? So that's why it's very, very important to carefully look, okay? Because while they do each have a 9, these are just showing 2 different ways that you can make 9. This one has a 5 and a 4, and this one has 3 and 6. So they are not related. This is when I say they're strangers in the house. Because if we were going with this one, the strangers here would be the 3 and the 6. Okay, so they do not have the same 3 numbers. Well, boys and girls, great job once again. Okay, any questions? All right, take your time, let me know. We will be practicing this again, and when we do practice in person, I have a great way for us to try practicing together, okay? So great job once again. I'm so proud of everything you are doing. You're just such good mathematicians. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye.